The problem with many of these older men, and sometimes even, God forbid, younger men, who go to countries in Asia or third world countries and they bring back these women that are subservient, always agreeable, always in a state of servitude, always smiling, always pleasant. And they extrapolate in their head with their limited thinking that, oh my God, look at this. I have found gold who accepts me at my age. She's my granddaughter's age. And does whatever I want, never complains, never says no, gives me everything I want, intimacy and everything else from A to Z at will, without ever complaining or ever saying anything or showing the natures of female attributes that I see in my home country in the West. So you know what I'm going to do? Instead of just being with her for 1 hour or 2-3 days here in Asia, I'm going to marry her and bring her back home so that I have the best of both worlds. I have my own life and my own, culture and living standards and everything. And then I also have her as my female partner. Boy, 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 are they wrong in their calculations. Boy, could they ever make any mistake that is bigger than this. I can't think of one. I have mentioned this before, but the reason I'm recording this video now is because it's worth mentioning again and again and again and 1,001 more times. I see it nearly every day. Being in the West, I see these women, and you know something? For someone who has the powers of observation, you can even see it in that woman's demeanor. When they are in their own country, they are in a state of, pleasantness and servitude and sort of like begging to, pick me, pick me. When they come here, soon after they're here, remember now, they have access to social media. They are opportunistic to begin with because they left their little village to come to the big cities to meet people like you. And they are fully prepared and trained with their sob stories of how they really want to be a nice girl, to work in a factory or to have a normal job, but they are doing this thing at a place where you met them, you know what I'm talking about, only because they need money for their family first and then themselves. It is all nothing but a bull sob stories, because in those same places that you pick them up, in those dance bars and whatever, there are other girls who are working as waitress and bartenders and are not engaging in activities that this girl that you met were. They're all BS. So they come here to the West and they quickly learn the ways of the West. They quickly learn before everything else that now they have the power. Now they can do whatever they want and you have to say yes because the power shift has changed. And you can see it in their demeanor, in their attitude. They are like, everything has completely made a 180-degree turn. It's now you who are in servitude. It's now you who has to say yes to whatever she wants. It's now you who has to do whatever she wants all the time, at all times, or you risk losing whatever you have here. She can do all kinds of things depending on the country in the West that she's in. She can say, oh, he hit me. She can say, I want a divorce. She can say he abused me. She can say this and that. And there are lawyers more than willing to help her, depending on your financial status and, the dangling carrot they see in front of that, end of that lawsuit, that whatever she says, they can go to court and prove it. And believe me, you will lose. You will lose. Now, for those of you who say, oh, I went over there and I married one and I've been together for 17 years and everything's going fine, I have two things to say to that. Number one, for every one that sort of succeeds, and I'll explain to you what sort of means, there are 599,000 of them that fail miserably. And those who succeed are the ones who are having to say yes to her, who are having to, all the time, who are having to support her family, and who are basically giving her whatever she wants at any time, and they extrapolate that into working. No, it's not working. It's not working. It's only because you're being a yes dear to some peasant woman you brought from over there to now here, and the power shift has changed, and you're forced to say yes, dear. Otherwise, you have to say goodbye to your house and your assets. So, in a nutshell, if you're thinking of going over there to these countries, Thailand, Philippines, Vietnam, I really don't care where, and you're bringing thinking of bringing one of these women back home and everything, I have only one abbreviated term to tell you: don't.